Hi everyone, thank you for joining me. Let's break down chair pose against the wall. This is also known as a supine chair. Many of us are familiar with chair pose from standing. We may even be familiar with how it requires a lot of balance or pressure into the soles of the feet. This expression of chair is a wonderful way to get the body into an alignment of chair pose while removing much of the excessive pressure and strain on your body. To get into this pose, I recommend starting near a wall. You could lie down on the floor and have another chair in front of you, an ottoman, maybe even lie down next to a couch, and that will provide the support that your body might want to experiment with as well. To get into this posture, I do have one standard pillow behind me, and I have another small decorative pillow that I'm using in the pose today. I'm close to a wall, so let's first talk about getting into constructive rest pose. To come into constructive rest pose, I'm having my knees bent towards the wall, allowing my knees to sway over to one side, using both hands to walk my body down towards the floor. I'm using my standard pillow. This is a polyester filled bamboo pillow that I really like. It's one that I commonly use when I go to bed at night, so my body is familiar with this support, and I am familiar with how it brings comfort to my practice. As soon as my head hits this pillow, it knows it's time to relax. So coming down to the pillow, lying down in our side lying position with the knees bent. From here, I'm sliding in this other small decorative pillow. This is a feather pillow that I sometimes use as a decorative throw pillow. It also works really well in a restorative practice. So having this pillow nearby, I'm first gonna make sure that my feet are close to the wall, and now I'm walking one foot up at a time onto the wall, rolling over onto my back. As I roll over onto my back, lying down on the yoga mat, repositioning my pillow, because I want it to not only go under my head and neck, I want it to be under the tops of my shoulder blades. Naturally, most of us, our shoulders are going to be more comfortable when they're just a little bit rounded forward. That's a little more neutral rather than having them pressed all the way flat. And as you can see, if you press flat, it causes your ribs to protrude. It can even cause what we call more of a lordotic curve in your body. It pulls us away from neutral. That's the bottom line. So having that support under the head and neck and the top of the shoulders, I have both feet on the wall, and already you can see this is like sitting in a chair. We have these clean 90-degree angles from the ankle to the knee down to the hip, and then moving up through the shoulders. To add just a little bit more to this pose, I'm using that decorative pillow. It can be folded or it can stay the way it is. I'm going to fold mine today and place it lengthwise between my thighs and knees. From here, this is encouraging my body to keep just the smallest bit of tight dynamic tension into that pillow. So I'm keeping the inner thighs active. I'm keeping some muscles active that link up into the pelvis to support the bladder. And also I'm able to feed the nervous system various messages that activate energy centers, helping us to regulate a sense of security and safety. Feet are flat on the wall, toes are spread wide, little bit of a squeeze into that pillow. Hands can go down to the side, they can come onto the belly, hands can go beside us, cactus arms. Of course, if this is painful or invasive to the shoulder, lift your arm up and put a pillow under that arm. The head, generally we're keeping it neutral. Chin is slightly tucked in. If you were seated and had an egg on your head, the egg would roll off. Chin is tucked in, so we feel a length in the back of the neck. And naturally, if our neck wants to turn a little to the left or even a little bit to the right, We allow the body to do whatever feels right in the moment. From here, as you exhale, squeeze gently into that pillow. Inhale, relax any pressure. Using a belly breath, pause, exhale, squeeze. Relax, inhale. We could continue to contract and release rhythmically with the breath. Sometimes this helps to send some unique balancing messages to the nervous system. And then at any time as well, we could come to a still place and allow the body to rest with the breath.